Hello and welcome to Everyday Petrolhead. Rather than a normal video from me, I decided to talk about some of my problems I noticed when I was doing my spark plug change on my BMW X5. This model is a 4.4 V8 N62 motor. And I gotta tell you, I started with the hardest bank first, which is the one on the right-hand side. Well, if you're sitting in the driver's seat, left-hand side. And the biggest problem on this side I found was the heater diverter valve sits right in the way of the back two cylinders. So it makes it really hard for you to get to the actual spark plugs in the back. But I was able to do it after a lot of finagling, moving, and migrating. And also I found that the smoke problem that I've been having in my car might be attributed to a leak in a valve stem seal in the back of my engine. The only spark plug that came out wet with a little bit of oil was the one in the back, which means that either the valve stem seal in the back for that side is leaking, or there's a possible leak in a gasket somewhere internally because there's no oil coming out of the engine whatsoever. So I'm a little concerned, but not that concerned about it at the moment. Currently, a lot of the things I've been doing to mitigate that problem has been working, so I'm going to deal with it for now. For a couple more months before I figure out what the next step is. But I have to say, this was insane amount of work just to get into this back spark plug. As you can see, I'm still working on the first spark plug. And mind you, the first bank took about 30 minutes for me to get done. And most of it was that very first spark plug. And once I got that one in and out, the rest kind of started moving along without a problem. I think at this point I'm already at the third one, getting that one in and out. And the one thing I have to say, I think dealing with the N62 motor, if I had to do this with anything other than the X5, I think this would have been a complete nightmare. I would have probably been ready to say, you know what, the engine's got to come out for me to go in there and do all of this work. But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. The left side, which I keep getting confused myself, the right side of the car was a lot easier. I only had to remove the windshield washer reservoir and get that out of the way. I did that a little bit off camera, so I didn't bother to film it. And the back cylinder was, again, the hardest one because of how tight the space is. But once I got that one done, I started working through the rest of them pretty quickly. I also checked all of my coil packs. Every single one of them were in good standing, so I wasn't really worried that I needed to change them or anything like that. And yeah, overall, very good experience. Again, with the N62, I think the easier two cars for this motor is the X5 and possibly the 6 Series from the same generation, mainly because of how tight the space is. I would feel that in an E60 or anything smaller, this would be a nightmare to do. At the end of the video, I show a picture of all the spark plugs. You can see the one on the far left is wet versus the rest of them. Not too bad, but just enough to be concerned. Just wanted to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a little different format from my normal. And like, share, and subscribe. And please join us next time with your Everyday Petrolhead. Thank God this is over. See you guys later.